So I got to thinking and I realized I haven't really made a home improvement or home renovation video lately. And I thought this would probably be a good time. I'm 3/4 of the way done with this house already. And that's even after taking 3 weeks off for my holiday break. To be honest with you, it's been kind of boring. It's been going so smooth, and a lot of the work that had to be done on this house, the major work, was really subcontractor work that I had to, vent out. But that's good for me because that's exactly what I wanted. The last project I went through, it took way longer than expected. I ran into a lot of problems, problem after problem. We corrected them all. So walking in from the front door here, everything has been, all the drywall has all been fixed, repaired, patched, replaced in some areas that I had to. And then I went ahead and primered everything. The light in here is a little bit difficult to see, but if you can see the contrast of the walls of the ceilings, I've used two different colors of paint. The walls are what's called a Swiss coffee, so it's a cream color. It's a light cream color. I didn't want to go with a white, and if you can see, based off that bright white refrigerator into the wall, you can pick up the cream color. And then also, the ceiling is what's called helium. And so it's got a blue tint to it, a light blue tint to it. And then we walk in, galley kitchen, and small dining room. But hey, that's quite all right. This can actually fit a pretty big table in here. I'm going to roll with another natural brown cabinet. I thought I was going to do a white cabinet, but with the white countertops, and I'm not replacing this Formica countertop because this Formica countertop is beautiful. It just needs to be deep cleaned. But look at that craftsmanship. Okay, you can't find that. It's so hard to find that with linoleum today, and linoleum is so durable and so easy to maintain, and with a dark wood and the rest. I think brown is just a rich brown is just the right feel for that. It will match my ceiling fans. I am refinishing the cabinets. This is my job right now. My original thought when I came in here is I was just going to rip the cabinets out, and that's when I was looking at the house. But then I got to thinking, I'm like, hey, these are solid wood cabinets, and to replace them in today's world is a pretty penny. So I thought that refinishing them, refurbishing the cabinets is the best option for this house. Now, every house I do, I stay in the house, right? And it allows me, being here all the time, allows me to pick up things and see like little colors. It allows me to get creative with, design work and everything else. And that's really kind of what I enjoy about this home renovation gig, is that I am allowed to be creative. I can get creative in that. And so on that bottom there, we had to take the drywall off. That is not going to be re-drywalled. As you can see, at one point in time, the previous owners had some plumbing issues. I'm going to have to get that all that fixed, repaired. The major part of this house, and I'll show this to you here, was the electrical. And when I got in the house, it was just, this was a complete bird's nest. All this is brand new. And what had happened is, back in the day, during the war times, when copper was in short supply and when they needed it, they went with an aluminum wiring. And it's not that aluminum wiring is bad. It's just that you cannot put copper and aluminum together. And there's been, I think, a couple owners of this house over the years, and they've gone ahead and cleaned up some of this wiring or tried to repair the wiring. I really don't know. It's, hard to tell, but they did connect aluminum and copper together, and up in the attic, in the walls. That right there was challenging. So that job alone was the bulk of my renovation. Install tile after I refinished the cabinets. I want to get those refinished first. And so this is the master bedroom. And everything's painted, all done. We have all new fixtures, all new ceiling fans, and everything. I went LED on everything. That's just the way. Energy saving, LED. These new LED lights look like the old can lights, and I really like that look. I'm still going to keep this door. I'm just going to refinish it and put some creativity on that. I mean, this door is so beautiful. And these little things I look for in houses, and then I just keep and repair and refinish and fix up. The bathroom's all done, I mean, for the most part, right? I do have to refinish a little bit of the tub right down there, but that's pretty easy. It's been all tiled. I did not tile this. I was lucky enough to have this already completed when I came in. The tub, though, the tub was a disaster. Absolute disaster. And so I did clean that up, and it's got a beautiful vanity, matching mirror, nice lights. I am going to go chrome. In this house, last house, I went black fixtures on everything because the bathroom was already completed, and they all went with matching chrome, matching fixtures on all the door handles. This one's already got the silver hinges on the doors. Now, the other major thing this house needed was a new furnace. So we got that all installed. Even the guy, so my HVAC guy went ahead and hooked me up with a 1-year filter. This house is just under 1,000 square feet. This is a 3-ton unit. And I didn't really have to go that big. If this was a new construction home, they would not put a 3-ton AC HVAC system in this house. But here's how I think. I want the next person who buys this house to not have to worry about a darn thing. So I bought a warranty for the HVAC system, bought a warranty for the water heater. Now, the water heater was just the old school water heater. Did not work. I mean, the pilot light was on, but everything else was non-functional in it. So I had a water heater company come out, and they did just a phenomenal job. Like the HVAC system, my heating and cooling unit, I went with a larger than needed water heater. Now, why do I do that? So I went with this 40-gallon water heater. You know, it's like a 4 to 5 person water heater. Well, have you ever been the last one in the shower in the morning? I don't want the next owners to have to do that or go through that of having to take a cold shower, being the 3rd person in the morning to take a shower. This is a 3-bedroom house. And again, if this was a new construction home, they would not put that size water heater in here. But hey, the next owners of this house, they're going to have family that will come over to stay. They'll have friends that will come over to visit. They're going to spend, you know, just as you and I do. They're going to go over to their relatives, their friend's house. They may spend a holiday there. They may spend a week there. They may go to visit. Maybe they're from out of state. They want to come and explore San Antonio. Why would you want to put your family and friends in that position to where there's not enough hot water for everybody? It's just how I think. So this here is the one of the bedrooms that has already been tiled, and you can see brand new windows, same color all throughout the house, Swiss coffee on the walls and helium on the ceiling. Everything matches. Everything is going to be uniform. You know, if you're a DIYer like myself, you know, I'm not a contractor, I'm a homeowner. I stay here. This is, you can see those are my living quarters right there. This is my New York apartment in suburban San Antonio. Fun stuff, huh? But I got a fridge, got a coffee pot, got a hot plate, got my cot. Yep, I sleep on a cot. I actually love it. My back has never felt better. So that's what's been done. And again, I said, like, I'm 3/4 of the way done with this house. I think with solid non-stop work, and I think I could be done in a month and a half, and have this thing back on the market. But being a homeowner, I'm in no rush to get it back on the market, and we're just gonna have to see what the real estate market does for 2026. So let's take a look at the work that still needs to be done. Obviously, it still looks like a McDonald's, an old McDonald's with the color. I did sand down most of the T111 siding there. I actually was working on that while the electricians were running wires through the walls and in the attic. But I am going to change the color of this house. I'm still really undecided on this color. I really want to find a different color other than gray. And I'm not opposed to gray. Gray's a great color. But hey, everybody's doing gray, and I just want to be a little different. The electricians did hook up new LED floodlights for me, and that's hardwired in, and it works just like a street light. So when it gets dark outside, the street lights will come on. New code is now within 6 feet from a door. You got to have a GFCI outlet, front and back. The reality is people stay in their house 5 to 7 years. That used to be the length of a car, sometimes 10 years. I am looking at this right here because this is another thing we had to do. We had to get the utility company out here. That main power line, there's an alley access back there that goes to that power pole, but was sagging down. It was like literally, it was like 4 or 5 feet off the ground, and just a major hazard for families and children. That big mess you see there, that is an old Time Warner cable box. So obviously I'm going to take care of that. The other thing I got to do up here, now this has kind of been a problem, and but it's going to be a problem that's going to get whipped in the butt. But this awning, okay, and as you can see, I got to replace siding shingles. Not a big deal, that's easy stuff. But this awning, it's actually a really nice awning, but the problem with it is that those feet there, you can see that's screwed in, bolted in, okay? That's how it should be done. There's only 2 screws holding this awning to the wall. That's it, just 2 screws. 1, 2. And look at that. They're not lag bolts. Those are drywall screws. At least it looks like drywall screws. You know how heavy this thing is? I mean, it's a light awning. These things are designed, they're built to be light. They're made out of aluminum, you know, but it is, you know, durable, right? And it works. It's beautiful. They're big money when they're brand new. So here's the other issue. And this is actually going to be a pretty easy fix. But you see that? See that hole there in the fascia board? And then look at that. You see that right there? Ooh, that's bad. And why is that bad? Well, rodents, birds, you know, those kind of stuff can make their way up in there. But the roof's all newer, so that's good. You don't have to worry about that. And it's a beautiful roof. They got that new ridge line up there. The heat can just build up there really easy, and that ridge line is actually they're slots, they're slotted, vented. So hot air, when it goes up to the middle of the ridge, just goes right outside, and that's what you want. All right, so you've taken up enough of my time. I gave you the nickel tour. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. We'll talk to you soon.